Welcome to the Warrior Mindset Podcast. I'm Anthony Smith, a certified personal trainer, nutrition coach, and former law enforcement officer. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt lost in all the fitness advice out there? One person says, lift heavy every day. Another says, run marathons. Someone else says the only thing that matters is diet. And in the end, you're left wondering, what's actually right for me? Well, that's why this show exists. Warrior Mindset Podcast is about cutting through the noise and giving you something real. Strength is built on knowledge, discipline, and a mindset that lasts. Because training isn't just about muscles or miles. It's about how you show up every single day. Here, we will break down fitness and mindset in a way that's realistic, sustainable, and backed by both sides. And real world experience. No hype, no gimmicks, just the tools that you can actually use to become stronger in and out. So, if you've ever felt frustrated by the noise, confused by conflicting advice, or just stuck on your own journey, then I think you're in the right place. So, welcome. This is Warrior Mindset Podcast. Welcome in. So, I spent roughly close to 10 years working in law enforcement. And in that line of work, fitness and discipline should be non-negotiable. The reality is, though, that in a lot of police departments and many places, many cities, those standards have declined. And well, I mean, that's dangerous. Let's just be real. Because when the pressure hits, your body and your mindset can be the difference between success or failure, life or death. Now, I want you to think about this. If you were ever in a situation where you had to rely on your body and your conditioning to protect yourself or someone else, would you be ready? Or would you wish you had done more? That question kept me going back, and it still drives me now. That experience in law enforcement showed me how important the right training, the right mindset, and the right habits really are. Not only for performance on the job, but for life in general. A few years later, I stepped into the world of personal training as well as nutrition. I noticed another problem once I stepped into this arena. Too many people were being pushed to the point of injury or burnout. Somewhere along the way, fitness has become more about pushing harder than it is about who can train smarter. And quite frankly, I'm sick of seeing that. Because here's the thing. Training the wrong way doesn't just set you back physically. It can break you mentally as well. And that's why I believe in training smarter, but not harder. You can still have a warrior spirit, have the drive, have the discipline without destroying your body in the process. And that's really why I wanted to start this podcast. I wanted a place that I could share information with you guys that is as correct as I can get it. Researched, evidence based, and realistic. So here's how it's going to work I will bring you the science, I will share my experience, and I will give you my perspective. Then you can just decide how it fits into your life. Think about that for a second. How many times have you been told there's only one way to lose weight? Or there's only one way to build muscle? Or something such as keto is the only way. Intermittent fasting is the only way. High intensity training every day is the only way. That's the message that gets pushed in fitness today. And it's just not true. The reality is that there are many different ways to reach your goals. And really and truly, the best plan is the one that's tailored to you, your body, your lifestyle, and your mindset. They all matter. Now, my goal is to cut through the noise and give you the tools to make your best decisions. So, what can you expect here on Warrior Mindset Podcast? Well, we'll cover topics like training smart, not just hard, nutrition and supplements, what actually works and what doesn't, the importance of recovery, building mental toughness, and how to carry that mindset into everyday life. Some episodes might dive into lessons I learned in law enforcement, including why fitness standards have declined, why it matters, and what can be done about it. That's a whole conversation on its own, and we will get into it. I promise you that. But we will also have episodes breaking down common myths, like why no pain, no gain is a dangerous half-truth, or why carbs aren't your enemy. And later on, I'd like to open up for Q&A episodes, maybe through live streams, maybe through submitted questions, where I can take on the challenging questions that people are facing and not just the generic stuff that you see recycled online. Here's something I really want you to take away from this first episode. Being in the warrior mindset is not just about strength. It's about discipline. It's about knowledge. It's about resilience. You don't have to be military or law enforcement to live in that mindset. You just have to show up for yourself consistently every day. Ask yourself, where do you need more discipline in your life? Where could you use more structure, more intention, things that can make a difference for you? That's what I hope that this podcast is going to help you figure out. So, that's where the journey begins. If that sounds like what you've been looking for, then hit the subscribe button. Share this podcast with somebody who may be also chasing their goals. So, excuse me. In the next episode, we're going to tackle some of the biggest fitness myths. In the next episode, we're going to be tackling some of the biggest fitness myths that people keep getting stuck with. And I'm sure that you've heard of at least one of them. I actually mentioned two at the top. So, with all that said, I hope you enjoy, and I look forward to doing these. I look forward to hopefully changing some people's perceptions on fitness. And I hope that you'll join me. This was the Warrior Mindset Podcast, where strength is built with knowledge and discipline. Always remember, train smart, stay disciplined, and I'll see you in the next one.